guys, Crixley here with GirlGamer.com, and we are in Seattle for PAX 09, which, for those of you that don't know, and shame, it stands for Penny Arcade Expo. We are outside the lovely Baltic Room for the Dead Space Extraction Party, and I'm here with Steve Papoutsis, right?
That's right. Perfect. Thank you.
Yes! And what is your title? And I know that you have a very big hand in this game. Executive producer?
That's right. I'm the executive producer for Dead Space Extraction.
All right, so the first question I have to have, obviously because it just showed up 2 weeks ago, whose idea was it to put Dead Space Extraction on True Blood?
Wow. So Dead Space Extraction on True Blood happened because we're actually friends with the people that make the show and with HBO, and they were just excited about the game, and they said, could we use the game on the show? And we said, heck yes, and it was on. That's how it happened. Really, seriously, that's how it happened.
Now, are you planning to have more EA tie-ins with HBO, or is this just like a bolt of lightning that was like, hey, zombies, vampires, it works?
It was more of that. I mean, that was, honestly, it wasn't like intended to be any kind of thing that we were doing. It just kind of worked and happened.
Now, let's talk about Dead Space Extraction, because it is a Wii exclusive. Now, would you call this a prequel? Because I know it's based on the comic book series, correct?
Not exactly. So it is
animated series, or
no? It's a prequel, but it runs parallel to the events of the comic and the animated feature. So it's not the same story that you see in the animated feature or the comic. It follows a brand new cast of characters, and it kind of, you know, for fans of the fiction, is going to tell them some things that they haven't ever heard before if they play through the game. So
now, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, this is the Ishimura before Isaac shows up. Is this what Dead Space Extraction is, or?
That's correct. Actually, the game starts out on Aegis 7, which is the colony, and it starts the moment when the marker is extracted, and then the party travels up to the Ishimura, and it does some business up there and some things and whatnot, and yeah, it's before Isaac gets there.
Now, how is, I'm going to, obviously because it's on Wii, I almost said Xbox, so sorry, but because it's on Wii, how are the HUD, because I'm sure it's just a lot of punching and swiping and shooting, correct?
There's some shooting, there's some swiping, not so much punching.
I would love to see somebody punch a zombie. It's like punch and then like half of their arm is missing.
That would be pretty awesome, actually. Punching, note to self, punching, good. Yeah, so you're using the Wii remote to aim and shoot, and you're using the nunchuck to do our melee attack, and there's a bunch of different stuff that you can do with the controls, and you rotate the Wii remote to do our alternate fire, and if you're playing with the zapper, you can shake the nunchuck to do reload. I mean, there's a whole slew of configurations, and all centered around the unique controls of the Wii.
So what has been the reaction of fans of Dead Space Extraction? Is this, you know, is this a ploy to maybe open up the Wii market a little bit more? I mean, obviously you can't speak for Wii, but it seems like, you know, having survival horror games show up on the Wii, yeah, how has the reaction been from the fans of Dead Space?
Well, I think so far it seems very positive. I mean, people, they're excited to have another new Dead Space game, and the fact that it's on the Wii is exciting for people that have the Wii. And once people get to play it, they see that it's not been toned down, it's not a watered down version, or, you know, made, been censored or anything like that. It's very much a Dead Space game. So I think people are surprised to see that we're pushing those boundaries on the Wii.
What is a game in the industry or someone in the industry that when you see them you just absolutely fanboy out over?
That I like? Ooh, I like all kinds of things. I'm a huge fan of the Final Fantasy series. I'm a big-time RPG dork, so pretty much anything that's RPG I get crazy about. I love Persona, so I'm really into that. And I also just love a lot of different shooters. I'm enjoying Gears of War 2, and right now I'm really loving Batman. So I just play all kinds of games, and I kind of geek out on everything.
Sweet. And now the final question I have. Now, the first Dead Space, I remember seeing an interview where one of the guys who was game testing it said he got so scared that he ran to his car because he kept hearing noises. Can we expect the same kind of like pee your pants, like I don't want to be alone reaction with Dead Space Extraction?
Well, I'm sorry to hear that guy had to pee his pants or run to his car. I did happen to work and focus on the horror stuff in the original Dead Space, so that's kind of awesome. But is Dead Space Extraction going to have pee your pants moments? I sure hope so. I mean, there's some good scares in there for sure.
What is the release date for Dead Space Extraction?
Well, thanks for asking. September 29th, 2009.
Steve Papoutsis. Did I say it right? Did I say it right? Well, I did it the first.
Great, but you don't gotta hit me.
I did it the first time I said it. See, now I'll be nice. Aww. Crixley with Girl Gamer here at PAX 09 Seattle. Skateboarders behind me. Let's get drunk.